Trump, the man who gets all his news from The Onion.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in, they're eating the cats.
He is also a connoisseur of water.
From China.
And let me tell you, is he a real ladies' man?
I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Pretty picture you drop in cuties.
I have been better to women than any of these candidates, frankly.
But who was he before he became an absolute legend? How did he rise from the ashes of poverty, where his father could only give him a small loan of $1 million? Well, this is the story told in the new movie, The Apprentice. But is this movie just some political hit piece, or is it actually worth a watch? The movie, not to get confused with the TV show, The Apprentice, that's actually by Donald Trump, is directed by Ali Abbasi, who also directed Shelley, Border, and Holy Spider. I personally have never seen any of these movies, so I cannot really comment on his style, but I did see that he also directed the last 2 episodes for the TV show The Last of Us, and I thought that was fantastic. So I think Hollywood has faith in him, and I think he has proven himself in The Apprentice. But additionally, this movie is backed by some fantastic actors, most notably Sebastian Stan, who has left the Winter Soldier behind to play Donald Trump, because after dealing with a lifetime of trauma, he figured stepping into the role of someone who thrives on chaos and controversy should be an easy gig. And he really makes it look easy. Also, Jeremy Strong, playing Roy Cohn, like his role in industry, he's all about navigating cutthroat ambition. And I think he has found his thing, kind of like Ryan Reynolds.
I just wanted to get the gang together early in my tenure to say, yo.
Now, what is this movie actually about? Well, it starts off in 1973 and moves through the periods up to the Reagan era, with the movie ending, I would say, around 1986 or 1987. It gives viewers a look on how Trump grew his empire with the help of Roy Cohn. And as he became more successful, it dives into how his relationships suffered around him. And that is the main focus in this film, which I appreciate how it didn't go into too many details about his financial situation, as that's something a lot of documentaries focus on. But if naturally, this is just a drama. And it really stuck to sort of the emotional side of things. And it really tells a message of how greed can really corrupt a man. You know, it's actually quite funny. As I was writing the script for this video, it made me reflect more on the movie and how it really is a sad tale of a man who used to have morals and ethics being taught the only way to succeed is through 3 rules. 1, always attack. 2, never admit wrongdoing. And 3, always claim victory, even in defeat. And this is very evident that he has lived by those rules even in the present. And this really created a monster willing to do anything just to get to the top. And you see that through Roy Cohn's eyes, as though he was Dr. Frankenstein. I usually don't get this deep, but maybe it's because I was listening to Hans Zimmer's song Rise while writing this, and I just got a burst of emotion. If you haven't heard that song before, try it out. Or just listen to Hans Zimmer in general. Just go, you know. Thumbs up for me. But anyway, now I also want to give a quick mention to the cinematography in the movie, which I really loved. You can see the sort of transition from that 70s grainy film look to becoming more digitalized and clear as it transitions to the 80s. And I really like that detail. Now, this is a film about Donald Trump, so you know there's gonna be a lot of controversy. Now, through the research I did on this film, billionaire Dan Schneider, who used to own the NFL team, the Washington Commanders, not sure what kind of team it is, I don't watch American football, but basically Dan Schneider, he's an avid supporter of Donald Trump and actually donated an undisclosed amount. I couldn't really find an amount on the internet, but an undisclosed amount for the production of this movie, with the hopes that it was going to portray Donald Trump in a positive light. Well, later in February 2024, seeing a first cut of the film, he was absolutely outraged. And in September of the same year, he actually sold his stake in the movie. That was basically 1 month before the movie actually had its theatrical release. So I guess we should soon hope for a Schneider cut of The Apprentice. Let's see. Now, this movie does have some controversial scenes that do not depict Trump in the greatest light. However, a lot of these scenes were actually cited based on court documents, namely the divorce proceedings between him and Ivana, and also some bibliographies such as Lost Tycoon, The Many Lives of Donald Trump by Harry Hart, is one of the citations they made to one of the scenes in the movie. I won't go into detail about which scenes, because I don't want to spoil anything, but there are some pretty nasty scenes in the movie, but it's all backed up, and the screenwriter, or what do you call it, the PR guy, listed all these kind of citations for those more controversial scenes. Now, Abbasi did offer to screen the movie for Trump, but the strange part to me is that he only extended the offer right after the Trump campaign threatened to sue him. Now, I understand trying to depict him in a realistic light, and that's what he was trying to go for. However, it seems like they never spoke to Trump to get his side of things. Of course, it might have been futile considering Rule 2, never admit wrongdoing, but I still think it would have been good to cover all the bases. Now, the verdict. Is this movie worth a watch? Yes. But should you go to the cinema or just wait for it to come on streaming? Well, that would actually depend on who you are. I saw there are some US people finding my videos somehow. So I'm going to kind of split it based on your politics and geography to give you the full kind of verdict. If you are a US citizen who has the right to vote in the upcoming election, and you're not really sure who to vote for, I think you should see this movie in the cinema before you cast your vote, as it can give you an idea of what kind of man Trump is, and an insight to his sort of core belief system. Now, for those people, and let's be honest, if you're Trump supporters, you would have never seen this movie. And if you're a Democratic voter, then you've probably already seen it. So for people like me, a non-US citizen who lives in Europe, I would just wait for it to come on streaming. And that's my sort of verdict and recommendation to you on how to see this movie. But it is a must-see. Now, thank you for watching this yet another video of mine. I'm sorry it's coming out so late, but it takes quite a bit of time for me to make these, as I'm quite new to this, so bear with me. But if you've not seen my previous videos, go check it out. It is still about a monster, and also has the potential to annihilate the human race, so check it out. Thanks for watching.